My name is Donald Thompson, and today we'll be discussing type 2 diabetes, what it is, what causes it, some of its risk factors, and ways to prevent it. For some people who do not know what diabetes is, it is when the body's ability to regulate blood sugar does not work correctly. In type 2 diabetes, the pancreas does not produce enough insulin. This causes sugar to build up in the blood. This causes problems that we will discuss later. Second, the body's cells do not take up sugars like they should or respond to insulin. Since sugar is used for energy, this leaves the individual feeling tired most of the time. This, for me, was the biggest problem and what made me go get checked out and eventually get diagnosed with diabetes. There is a long list of symptoms for diabetes. These include increased thirst and frequent urination. These two by themselves can lead to some sleepless nights. A lot of people attribute being tired to losing sleep because of waking up thirsty and having to go urinate during the night. Some people also experience unintended weight loss, and then, like previously mentioned, fatigue because the body's inability to produce energy from sugars. Some more symptoms are blurred vision, slow healing wounds, and frequent infections. Some people experience yeast infections often. Numbness and tingling in the extremities may also be present. This usually starts at night but then progresses. Individuals will also experience a condition where areas under their armpits and around their neck may darken. Doctors will run tests to verify the diagnosis of diabetes. One such test is a test called the fasting plasma glucose test. It requires individuals to fast for a certain length of time. Then their blood sugar is tested. This, however, only gives a glimpse of the individual's blood sugar as it only measures it at the time of the test. There is one more comprehensive test that is utilized. The A1C test is the most common test for diagnosing type 2 diabetes. It is performed by drawing blood. The blood is then tested and the amount of glucose that is attached to the hemoglobin is measured. This gives a 3-month average blood sugar level. Measurements are given in percentages. And this is an example of that. Normal A1C should be below 5.7. Pre-diabetes is a blood sugar between 5.7 and 6.4, while full diabetes starts at 6.5 and goes up. A glucose tolerance test can also be performed. An individual must fast for 8 hours beforehand. They will then drink a sugary cocktail and their body's response will be measured over a period of time. It is not a test that's used much because of its cost and because it is difficult to administer due to the time it takes to administer. It takes 2 hours to administer the whole test. The effects on the body. There's another long list of effects. Among these are kidney disease, nerve damage, heart and blood vessel disease, eye damage, skin conditions will develop, slow healing cuts and bruises and wounds, sleep apnea, and diabetes has been also linked to dementia. There are a few ways to prevent diabetes. One is the individual's weight. Weight seems to be the single biggest risk factor among people who are diagnosed diabetic. Losing just 7 to 10% of your body weight can lessen your risk of being diagnosed with diabetes. Keeping a healthy diet, avoiding sugary foods. and trying to get at least 2 hours of exercise per week on a regular basis. As far as the prevalence in the population, it's not a rare disease. Every year, 1.4 million Americans get diagnosed, and another 8.5 million Americans are living with diabetes and have no idea they have it. Out of the 37 million Americans living with diabetes, 90 to 95 of them have type 2 diabetes. It is by far the most common form of diabetes. Thank you for listening.